Good morning. So we will begin. We'll begin our class today from the slide where we had ended our class yesterday. Okay. So I think this was done. Production system was done, right? This this was done, right? The flow chart was done. I explained this part, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. All right. So characteristics was not done, I think. Oh, this was also done. No classification. Till classification we had done. Then we will go into elaboration of the different types of production. So what are the four types of production that I told you yesterday? One is your job shop production, then is a batch production, then mass production and continuous production. Okay. So yes. Uh, so your this graph explains everything, right? See, when the output and product varieties are more but the volume is less, that means the number of production is less, then that production is called job shop production. I'll give you examples also, then we'll explain it, then it will be clearer what does it actually mean. But just try to for now understand this diagram. So when the variety will be more and volume will be less, that type of production will be classified as job shop. Then when the variety will be little less and the volume will be little more, that will be termed as batch production. Then in mass production, volume and variety will be more or less on an average. Then in continuous production, the variety is very less but volume is very high. That type of production is called continuous production. Okay. Anyone has raised his her hand? If you
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
say me, okay, tell me.
I was unable to see the graph, but now it's showing.
Okay, okay. Hmm. This graph. Okay. So this till this month it was completed yesterday. Who is trying to join? Just a moment. Huh? You all please try to join by 8, maximum by 8:45. Okay, I'm joining 5 minutes late because I want you all to be present by that time so that it doesn't create disturbances. Okay, because I'm showing the slide in one window. No, then if anyone tries to join, I have to close the window and then again go back to the Google Meet tab and then make you join. So please try to join by 8:45 because class times are very less. By within this time, we'll have to finish our all syllabus. So it's become very difficult. Okay, having this disturbances. Try to join max to max by 8:45. Again, anyone is joining. This Saurav Barua is the last one that I'm allowing to join. Okay, after this, no one will be allowed. Okay, so then let us now discuss these different types of production elaborately. Okay, so first is your job shop production. This is characterized by manufacturing of one or few quantity of products designed and produced as per the specification of the customers within prefixed time and cost. Okay, so this type of production will include, those type of product which will be very few in number, and then also they will be designed and will be produced only as per the specification given by the customers, and also everything has to be completed within prefixed time and cost. We will see some examples also. Very interesting examples are there. So this type of production will include those type of products for which the quantity um, will be very less, only one or few. um, and the design will, I mean the variety will be very less. Okay, and they will also be produced as per the specification of the customers, and the entire project has to be completed within prefixed time and also cost. Then the distinguishing feature of this type of production is low volume and high variety of products. Okay. Sorry. I just made a mistake. In the first point, no, the variety will be high. Variety will be high, but volume will be less. Number of product. Volume means number of production. that will be less, but variety will be high. A job shop comprises of general purpose machines arranged into different departments. Each job demands unique technological requirements, demands processing on machines in a certain sequence. So this type of production, it will be comprising of the general purpose machines which are used for some specific task, and also they will be arranged into different departments. For this type of production, the special type of machines has to be arranged so that the entire project can be finished within prefixed time and cost. And each of the job within this entire production process will have to go through certain technological requirements, some specific technological requirements. Then it will also be processed on certain machines which are designed to do that job only. So everything is special in this type of production. Okay. And it because the customers are specifying the design, they are specifying their necessity. That's why when the order comes, this type of production has to go through with a very highly specified process, so that the customers demands can be met. Then there will be high variety of products but in lower quantity, very few, one or few only. Then use of general purpose machines and facilities will be there. Highly skilled operators who can take up each job as a challenge because of uniqueness. Since each of the job will be unique in their own nature, as they will come from the specification given by the customers, then obviously highly skilled operators will be required, who can take up each job as a challenge. Every time it may happen that the workers are required, or the operators. So operators include everything: workers, machines, and programmings, everything. Suppose it demands learning and then applying the skills, then the operator should be ready to accept that challenge, that they will learn and then they will produce this product. And due to its uniqueness, this is the demand of the production, that you have to learn and then produce. So the highly skilled operators are required. Okay. Then large inventory of materials, tools, and parts. Inventory should be high in number. Okay. Because it already because since the variety will be more in this product, obviously you will have to hold large inventory in your stock. Otherwise the customer's demand cannot be met on time. Although their specifications will be very unique, and then you will have to meet those demands. That is why you will have to hold large inventory of both materials, the tools that will be used, and also the parts that will be required for the machines. Then detailed planning is essential for sequencing the requirements of each product, capacities for each work center, and order priorities. So detailed planning is also required. So because every time you may be required to change the layout of your workshop, then you need to have a detailed plan. If this happens, then plan A. If order B comes, then plan B. Like that, you will have to be prepared. So detailed planning is very much essential, and it is required for sequencing the requirements of each of the product that will be required for the production, and capacities for the work for each of the work center, and also order priorities. Suppose one order is demanding prior delivery, the delivery should occur in a very less amount of time. So you will obviously prioritize that order first, because that is going to give you high volume of money, high volume of earning. So in that case, you will have to go on changing your work centers accordingly, so that you can adhere to the demands of the customers at required amount of time. Then what are the advantages of it? Because of general purpose machines and facilities, variety of products can be produced. Okay. General purpose machines, it means that it is, it can be synchronized with the type of product that is going to be produced. You don't have to change its programming every time. The machines are programmed in such a way that with the change of only the specification, you can produce different variety of product. Then operators will become more skilled and competent, as each job gives them learning opportunities. Obviously, if you're taking challenges, if you're learning something, then it is giving, it is going to give the operators the chance to become more skilled and competent enough. Then full potential of operators can be utilized. The entire potential of the operators, their skill, their expertise, their knowledge entirely can be utilized in this type of production. Then opportunity exists for creative methods and innovative ideas also, because you have to be always creative. You don't know what is going to come next. Today you are designing a particular variety, the very next day you may be asked to, you may be demanded to design a different variety. In that case, the person, or the operators has to be highly creative in nature and also innovative. They should be able to generate new ideas in order to do things in a better way. Also, there are some limitations: higher cost due to frequent setup changes, because although the machine will be same, but layout will have to be changed, right? Suppose you have 3 general purpose machines doing your work and producing the 1,000 variety of products, but sometimes the order comes and you need to prioritize that order. So what we will have to do, maybe the general purpose machine B has to be brought to the general purpose machine A's place. That means it was in the second place, but it has to be transformed into first place because the variety demands such. In that case, you will have to frequently change up the setup. So there will be higher cost in moving the general purpose machines from one point to another. Then also dealing with the raw materials that will be required, because varieties, if it is more, obviously raw materials are also going to be very high in number. So in that case, higher cost of movement, frequent changes in the setup, all those things. It is something like you're changing the structure of your bedroom, you're changing the designing of your bedroom every day. It is something like that. Okay. So if you want to change the design of your bedroom or the setup of your bedroom every day, then you have to hire people, right? They who will push and pull the furnitures from here to there. And also you need to change the curtains looks, the bed sheets looks, the covers looks, everything you need to change, right? So in that case, every day if you're doing it, your cost is also getting increased. So that is also there in this type of production process. Then higher level of inventory at all levels, and hence higher inventory cost. As I already told you, you have to maintain higher inventory level, and if you're maintaining higher inventory level, then you will have to also ensure that you have a cost, you have proper amount of capital to handle the inventory cost. Then planning is complicated because you need a planner. You need to have a specific planner, dedicated planner, who will change the planning of the production every day. Maybe every half of the day, the planning has to be changed, and that is very complicated. Also because the setups are changing, everything, documentations, preparation, use of the softwares, everything is happening every day. That's why the planning is quite complicated. And also larger space will be required, as you will have to be flexible. The place has to be flexible so that you can move the machine from here and there with easily. You can move the machine here from here and there easily. Okay, just a moment. Okay. So, is it clear what about the are you clear about the characteristics, advantages, and disadvantages of job shop production? Are you clear about it? Let me give you some examples. Okay. Suppose a printing shop. Suppose a printing shop is there, and the printing shop is the printing shop is what the printing machine does. The machine is general purpose machine, but it is not printing the same thing every day. It doesn't happen, isn't it? In a printing shop, every day the printings are all different, and but the machine is same. But the layouts of the design, then everything needs to be changed every day. The designs, the colors, the structure, the layouts, everything needs to be changed every day. because you don't know what the customer will demand the very next day. In those type of in those type of printing shops, the production process can be termed as a job shop. Then a paint shop, then other manufacturers, say jewelry manufacturers, say furniture manufacturers, they don't know what design they might have to design the very next day, and for designing that they might have to change their entire layout, entire skilled persons whom they have hired, they are not skilled enough to do that part of the duty. So in that they are not able to design maybe an arch in the house. So in that case, what the particular person will do, they will have to change the skilled labor every day. Even if they are not doing it, then the skilled labor has to be skilled enough to take up challenges and learn and then do the job. It's something like that. Okay, then paint shop I sell, printing shop, then the manufacturers who are manufacturing custom products in small lots, but varieties are more, isn't it? In jewelry, in gold jewelry shops, you can see the thing, isn't it? The varieties will be high, but the volume is less. Each customer will order some little volume, but for that reason, they will have to change all the specification, machines, skills of the operators, everything needs to be changed. Is it clear, the job shop type of production process? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then I'm moving on to batch production. This is the second type of production. Okay. You will have to write elaborated notes on this. I'll try to give you by this weekend. Okay. I have added you in Moodle in my last year's production management course. Okay. And in there you will find notes from chapter 3, 3, 4 and 5 are there. Okay, because 1, 2 and 3 half I already taught during the offline mode, because last year till March we had offline classes, so for that notes are not there in Moodle. But from chapter 3, 4 and 5, chapter 3 onwards, notes are there, and some assignments also, which I used to give them as online activity every day, and based on that I used to give them attendance. And because that semester we did not have online classes like this, so I used to do it like that way. So you can now access that. I have added you last night. You can access that course already, and for the first 2 chapters I'll upload notes for you. Okay, rest of the notes are already there. You see whether you can access them or not. Then you let me know whether you can really access that. Otherwise, I will recover that from backend and then give you. Okay, so now let us move ahead with batch production. Batch production is defined as a form of manufacturing in which the job passes through the functional departments in lots or batches, and each lot may have a different routine. Okay, so in batch production, what will happen, as if you can remember the graph, let me show you the graph. In batch production, the variety are going to be little less, but volume are going to be little high. Previously, variety was more in job shop, but volume was low, right? Now the variety is going to get reduced and the volume is going to get increased in batch production. So it is a type of manufacturing process in which the job will pass through functional departments which deals with specific function. Functional departments means what? That one particular department will be able to do only one type of function itself. Say painting department. That painting department will be only able to do painting only. If you ask the painting department to print the logo of a company, then that department will not be able to do. That functional department only deals with painting. That is its function. Okay. So in batch production, what will happen? The job, that means the work, that is the production process, will pass through functional departments in lots. That means in small amount of quantity, they will pass through the departments, and then each lot will have a different routing and scheduling. Also, you have a long chapter on this. We will have a discussion on this later on. Routing means you are sending the job from one part to the other. If you I will talk to your HOD to take you to at least one industrial visit so that you can see the production process that goes on. Okay, so if you see the production, any manufacturing department, you will see that there are some heavy conveyor belts or crayons type of things which are carrying one lot of product after getting processed in one machine, from one lot, from that machine to the other machine. They are doing it. So how it is done, that particular route is called routing. It is going through some route, no? Maybe three big rooms are there. From room number 1 it will go to room number 3, then room number 2. So you are routing the path, right? You're giving the direction of to the lots to go through that path. That path, that is nothing but your routing. So in batch production this will happen. It is characterized by the manufacture of limited number of products produced at regular intervals of time. Please excuse me, I'll just bring water and sit. Okay, I'm back. So in batch production, you will see that the job will pass to different functional departments in specific amount of quantity, that is in lots or batches, and each lot will have a different routing. May have a different routing. It may that the lot will pass through the same route, or it may also be the case that the lot will pass through different route. It depends on the type of the lot. So then it is characterized by the manufacture of limited number of products produced at regular intervals and stocked awaiting sales. So the volume will be limited, yet more than the job shop, but it will be manufactured in limited number and they will be produced at regular intervals and will be stocked, and they will await for their sales. Once the order comes, they will leave the inventory like that. Then the characteristics are there is shorter production runs, plant and machinery are flexible, manufacturing lead time, and so one is your shorter production runs. Okay. Production runs means the number of times the productions are happening, or the time period for which the productions are happening. They will be shorter. Then the plant and machineries will be flexible. Since the job may pass through different routes at different points of time, the plants and machinery will be flexible also. It's not like they will be general purpose machine and you may have to change the layouts every time, but the machineries will be made flexible itself so that you can accustom to the in due courses of time and then produce according to the requirements. Then the manufacturing lead time and the costs are lower as compared to job shop production. Manufacturing lead time means the time between the order and the time between the time of delivery. The time between the order and the delivery. That means the entire manufacturing processing time is called your lead time. So if you are if as you have seen in the previous slide, that they are stocked and they await sales, that means you already have the stock in hand. Whenever the sale will occur, you can easily deliver it. So in that case, the manufacturing lead time becomes lower, and also costs are lower as compared to job shop, because since the plants and machineries are flexible in nature, so you don't have to hire people to carry your stuffs from here to there, or change the layouts or change the designing everything, because they are flexible in nature itself. I'll give you example. Then advantages is better utilization, promotes functional specialization, cost per unit is lower, lower investment, flexibility to accommodate and process number of products, and job satisfaction exists for operators, because they are all doing their own part of the duty. They are specialized in doing some printing, they are doing printing only. They are not asked to every day to change their job. So they are also satisfied with their job. Limitations are material handling is complex, because irregular and longer flows, because maybe if the routing is different, then handling sometimes becomes complex also. Then production planning and control will be complex. It was the disadvantage in job shop also, and same with batch, that production planning will be complex. Then work in process inventory is higher compared to continuous. Continuous you have not studied, so you'll not compare it. But for now, you just understand that work in process, that means the work in progress, the work which is going on. That work inventory, that means the every day one work has not been, if one work is not getting finished, then you have to hold the inventory for that unfinished work, right? So that inventory is higher, will be high. Then higher setup cost due to frequent change in setup. Setup in the sense here, it is talking about routing setup, okay, not the machine setup. Are you able to hear me clearly? I'm having some network problems. So are you able to hear me properly, or my voice is breaking?
Ma'am, it's breaking.
Please, one of you listen. Breaking. Examples, like if you talk about examples in batch production, you can set any type of product which goes to different setups, the cold drinks, then maybe clothes which goes to different machines for the final look. Then your meal preparation, they also may go through different stages. Maybe baking, if you're baking cakes, they goes to different functional places for them to be prepared properly. Then your anything which has to pass through different setups, then your this thing, what to say, things like the whole grains and all that, they should not be termed as batch, because it's not that they go through different stages. Oh yes, they also go through, but different stages. The things that goes are mainly your clothing, then the if any bottle you're making, your product is going to different stages, like cornflakes packets. Once they will be prepared, they will be poured into the packet in one machine, then they will be again packed in another machine, the labeling will be done in another machine, then books, copies, manufacturing, everything, almost everything which has got, the demand is high, which will be manufactured and kept in inventory awaiting sales. You cannot hold the processing as per the order. You have to go on producing so that you can meet the demand on time. That is the main characteristic of batch production. Okay,
Ma'am, are
so I
mobile
think
phones
time.
and laptops included in the manufacturing of batch production?
Yes, yes, they will be included. Yes, that will be included. Okay. Kettle. Okay, that will also come. Any product which goes to different machines, that requires designing. One machine cannot do everything. In any product which goes to different types of machine will fall in batch. We'll surely take you to at least one manufacturing unit. There are so many in and around Siliguri. You might also know, so we can arrange and go one day. You will also have some refreshment out of this online classes. We have been attending now for almost a year, no? So we will also have some refreshment. Okay. Just wait, I'm giving you attendance. Production management. Please respond. Abhijit, Abhishna, Anurag, Aryan,
Yes,
Ashish,
ma'am.
Ashish,
Yes,
Ashmita,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Bibechna, Demrupa, Harshita, Ishika Chaudhary,
Present, ma'am.
Ishika Agarwal, Kajal,
Present, ma'am.
Kasak, Khushi, Krizan, Mahima, Mamta, Muskan Prasad, Muskan Gupta,
Yes, ma'am.
Namrata,
Yes, ma'am.
Nidhi, Nitesh, Parnodeep, Pawan, Prashil, Pratiksha Chetri, Pratiksha Giri, Priyanka,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja, Rajat, Ramkrishna, Rohit Bansal, Rohit Pandey, Sagar.
Ma'am, I'm present.
Who is this? Who
Ma'am,
is
Pooja.
this? Please tell me. Pooja. Okay, Pooja.
Ma'am, Harshita also present. Ma'am, Pooja.
Sagar.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sagar, Salina, Shalini, Shruti, Saurav, Sobhit,
Yes, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Supriya.
Ma'am,
Yes,
present.
Present,
Dipen.
ma'am.
Suraj, Swayam, Tanya, Vinit.
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Nidhi is also present.
Yes.
Nidhi is also present.
Nidhi present. Harshita present.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm seeing. You send the message in chat box. I'm seeing who all are present. I'll give you attendance. Okay. Rest can leave. Those who have responded.